How are we doing, guys? And welcome back to 𝐅𝐍 TV. It's your big match preview, and I'm joined by a familiar guest, but a guest that we've not seen for a long, long time. It's only Lolo from On the Stoop. How are things, mate, from your
What's
Brooklyn
going on,
Jets
Bubba?
there?
What's going on, man? I don't know what the weather is like over there in Leeds, but right now it is like, I don't know, 70 degrees. I was sweating running home to get on the stoop to get set up to do this show, but lovely day out here. And I figured I'd sit higher up on the stoop because this is the view from the top of the table. It looks good. It looks good from up here. It's been a long time since we've had this view.
This is a different Lolo, this. The Lolo before was humble and just appreciated everything about Leeds. You know, he was more of a Leeds fan than he was an Arsenal fan last time we spoke. But no, listen, fair play, Arsenal are doing very, very well.
It's just because I know it's going to end. So I don't expect to be at the top of the table at the end of the season. So as an Arsenal fan, we gotta take it while we can get it. And so right now I'm a little bit cockier than usual, but got nothing but love for Leeds United. Got nothing but love for Leeds in general. We were just there a couple weeks ago for the Aston Villa match. What a shit show that was. But just being at Ellen Road, just being around the people, the Yorkshire people, and the love that they showed us. I mean, people came out to the bar to meet us because they heard we were going to be there. We felt somewhat famous in Leeds, and especially one of the stewards at Ellen Road came up to me and said, "Where's your Arsenal scarf, Lolo?" And I was like, "What?" So the steward there knew he watches our show, so it was crazy. But as I say, I'm not a Leeds United fan. I'm a Leeds United fan. I'm a fan of you guys. You guys crack me up, and I love your support of the team. And it's I don't know. I like you guys.
No, listen, Lolo, long term. I mean, obviously we've known each other a long time now, almost 3 years. I think we've known each other. And
yeah.
Obviously, it's going back to the 𝐉𝐻𝐈𝐍 days, really, in terms of when we first came across each other. In terms, I think it was the ode to 𝐉𝐻𝐈𝐍, I think it was the video. But yeah, fantastic content on the Stoop, guys. It's not just Leeds and Arsenal, it's Premier League in general. Check it out, guys. Check it out. But first and foremost, we are very delighted to say we are back in partnership with Football Prizes, and we've got a fantastic prize on offer this week. Let's check out what we've got here. We have got a Leeds United squad signed shirt, £4.95 a ticket. Look at all the different names on here. So let's just scroll down here so you can just see. Jack Harrison signed. So check it out, guys. Check it out. You've got all squad signed signatures on there. £4.95 a ticket. 199 tickets available. Check it out, guys. And we've just got along here. Sorry, my mistake there. Other prizes on offer as well, just to keep an eye on. Tuesday, the 18th of October, this one closes. So you've only got 3 days now. Just over 3 days. It closes Tuesday, the 18th of October at 7:30. The fantastic football prizes. I've got another brilliant prize on offer here. 199 tickets, just under £5 to enter. Check it out, guys. And there's other fantastic competitions on offer from Football Prizes too. Let's just have a look at through those. It's not just for Leeds United fans. There is a little bit of everything for everyone here. So check them out, guys. Check them out. Football Prizes. And I will leave a link in the description down below for them. There's plenty of fantastic prizes on offer. But this is the one that really catches our eye this week. The Leeds United squad signed shirt. What a prize that is on offer. And let's hope it is a squad signed shirt for a very successful season. So let's go back to this game. Check them out, guys. Check them out. I know. I love this. It's all right, guys. All right. I'm having a nightmare with the light. I thought I'm going to film in front of the light this time, but yeah, it worked well on Joe's channel, but it just never quite works on my own channel, which isn't great. It's not ideal, but guys, please smash that like button if you haven't done already. It does massively help us. And why not subscribe if you haven't done already? And also subscribe to Lolo's channel on the Stoop. I will leave the link in the description down below. Check them out. It's absolutely unreal content. And it's just the fact that you're in Brooklyn and you just chill. It's such a chilled out vibe. I mean, look at Lolo now. He's so chill. But Director John, I'll only buy a ticket if Lolo signs the shirt. We'll see. We probably can't sort that. I'm not going to promise we can sort that, actually. It's a better idea if I don't promise we'll sort that. But Lolo, I think one of the first things I want to talk about is, it's an interesting one in terms of Jesse Marsch. We've not had much conversation with people other than Leeds fans about Jesse Marsch, and specifically the American view on Jesse Marsch. I've spoken to a couple of American fans who maybe it's a bit of a mixed opinion on Jesse Marsch in terms of, obviously, there's talk that he might manage America at the future World Cups, all these different bits and pieces. He might be the most promising coaching prospect to have come out of America at this moment in time. I mean, what's the general... Is there a lot of interest in Leeds where you are at this moment in time? Not just from yourselves on the channel, but just in terms of soccer in general. I said soccer there, by the way, guys. Branching out a little bit. In terms of soccer in general in New York, is there much interest in Leeds United? Is it on the back pages of the newspapers? Put it this way.
Well, it's interesting because here you get fans of all sorts of all the big six, for lack of a better term. You get tons of United, Manchester United, Arsenal, Chelsea, City, Liverpool, some Tottenham even, and then beyond that it's very sparse. So somebody has to have a link to a city if they're like a Villa fan or something like that. However, once Leeds United came up, now it's almost easier for us to watch the Premier League than it is for you guys over there to watch, because we have every match. I can watch on multiple screens. It's very easy for us to watch all the matches. So you're starting to get some people who are like, okay, I'll start watching this, but I'm not going to support the big clubs. Who should I support? And this minor link to the United States, first with the San Francisco 49ers having interest, I think like 49% or something like that of Leeds United. That was like, okay, and they're a new team, okay, and they play crazy football, Bielsa ball, okay, so that got a good amount of jerseys, kits that you would see out on the street. But then this season, with the signing of Brendan Aronson, and with Jesse Marsch and Tyler Adams, it's like, okay, yeah, we're gonna support them. You can feel a major shift with the World Cup coming up, where more people are wearing kits around. They're wearing the U.S. jerseys around. They're starting to talk about it. You're seeing signs in bars about the World Cup. We show Premier League. Of course, it's We Show Premier League Soccer. And I'm like, God damn it, shut up. But I'd have to say Leeds United is now becoming like a little darling of the United States, where a lot of so it's either shown on NBC or USA Network, which is owned by NBC, or like all the lesser games are on Peacock online streaming. The other day, I believe it was Manchester City was bumped to Peacock and Leeds were on TV. Leeds were on the main channel, like the channel that everybody gets, NBC, like over the airways. And so it was crazy to see Leeds United bumping off a team like Manchester City, but that's because there's so much interest in it, and there is buzz, and there is talk of, this. So even though people may not know much about Jesse Marsch, it feels like he can be a gateway for other Americans to break through as managers. Now, it all depends. Yes, he somewhat kept you guys alive and kept you guys from being relegated. How much was that him? How much was that the team? Nobody knows. But I feel like if he can manage through at least another season and keep you guys mid-table, at least, just out of a relegation battle, it starts to show that, okay, this American, yes, he has tactics just like everybody else, but it's more about, does he have the heart? Does he have the fortitude to deal with the pressures of the Premier League? It is not the Bundesliga. It is not MLS. They are calling for your head every other week. So it's like I wouldn't be surprised if Arteta was back on the chopping block by the end of the season if we go on a bad run. That's how fickle the Premier League can be and how much it means to people. So I feel like if he does well, or even remotely well, it opens the door for other American coaches and managers and players as well, showing the way Brendan Aronson and Tyler Adams have slotted right in there, and now they're undroppable, I would say, on your team. if they're fit, they're playing, they're starting. So those three guys are doing wonders for the
would you
Leeds
say they're
United
key
fans.
players going into this World Cup for America, Brendan Aronson and Tyler Adams?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I know Brendan Aronson plays more out on the wing. He plays out more, I believe, on the left for the U.S. And he's more central he's more like a number 10 for you guys. Would that be a fair assessment? Yeah. So, because we have Christian Pulisic in there as well, Weston McKenna. So these guys, you're not really going to bump out of the midfield. He's more out in the wing. So it's interesting to see him play that way. But if you're a starter in the Premier League, you're a starter on the U.S. men's national team. It's such a high profile thing where it just has to be.
This is an interesting question for you, Lolo. Do you think the viewing figures will stay high in the States for Leeds United if the standard of football that we've seen in recent weeks certainly doesn't improve? I mean, I think this is a fair point of Paul. A lot of the new fans, the fans of Leeds fans kind of thing, have seen us in one of our most difficult moments in the last couple of weeks. I mean, does that have a bearing on things, you feel, a little bit? That if we do continue on this poor run of form, that maybe people might switch off a little bit and focus on another project, maybe?
It definitely could. It definitely could, because you got to remember, a lot of these fans have no ties to Leeds United, or Leeds the city, or Yorkshire, or anything like that. So they buy the kit. They're a bit more fair weather fans, I'd say, even though they're choosing to be fans of a team that's clearly not vying for a title, at least not anytime soon. But there was a respect for the way they played football. There was, once again, seeing the fan base and hearing it on television. That's something that grabs these fans. But absolutely, if the standard doesn't improve, they stop watching the matches. They not that they will necessarily switch teams, but they'll continue watching baseball or basketball or football or NFL or something like that. So there is a chance for that, and I think as much as Jesse Marsch may garner some American fans, it was a lot of the Bielsa ball that did it. We like that high flying. We want to see goals. We want to be entertained. It's one of the worst things that I hear all the time here. Is like, the match ended 0-0. What a boring match. And I'm like, sometimes a 0-0, a 0-0 match can be one of the most entertaining. You don't always want to see 7-3.
Maybe not so much Leeds versus Villa, though.
Oh my God, Leeds Villa was.
I can't believe you flew all the way for that game.
And I was there. Luckily, I was at the North London Derby, so that made the trip. That made the trip worth it. But once again, just to be at Ellen Road, and a big thing for me watching on television is, home or away, if you're watching Leeds United, you hear them singing on the television. You hear them over, like during the Palace match, I heard them louder than I heard them at Ellen Road against Villa, because everybody was sleeping for that match. So I feel like the fans can, the true Leeds United fans can help if the standards aren't improving. The Leeds United fan base, for people like me who are fans of the fans, who are fans of the old school mentality, the banter, the 100% dying love for the club, that can also help in these harder times. But yeah, what Paul is speaking to there is right now you just got these fans, and if you don't keep their attention, they're not going to burn their kid or anything, but Leeds United might get bounced back to Peacock and off the main channel. So, I don't know.
Let's talk a little bit more about Arsenal, because obviously you are an Arsenal fan at the end of the day. I mean, what's the feeling going into this one for you? Are you a little bit nervous the fact that Leeds is home form? It's pretty decent. We have been a match for pretty much anyone at home so far this season. I mean, is there any kind of nervousness about you, or do you feeling pretty confident going into this?
It's a combination. I you have to feel a bit confident right now if you're an Arsenal fan, because even the match that we lost, I felt like we played very well. It was a few moments of stupidity, and we got punished in those moments. The rest of the moments, we handled it very well. And I've been seeing that in every single match. There are goals to be had against us. We are, with Gabriel in the back, more than Saliba, actually, with Gabriel in the back, and with as far forward as we push and as wide as we are, Gabriel and Saliba are back there together, and so sometimes a well-timed ball over the top or a splitting pass between them with some pace, it can get us done. And this season, I feel like we're more of a mentality of like, we're gonna give up goals, but we're gonna score a bunch of goals too. So that was like the Liverpool one of like, okay, go, yeah, you scored, we'll get it right back. And this season, when we go down a goal or when we give up a goal, generally within 5 to 10 minutes, we're back at it and we've leveled or we've gone back ahead, which we've done in several matches so far. That being said, it's the Premier League. If the teams that were supposed to won, I'd be making a ton of money gambling on these. But like every week, somebody screws me over, because there's to even look at last night where Brentford should not have beat Brighton, and if they did, it should have been like a 1-0 or where they snuck it out. They destroyed. Come on, you Gunners. See, that's what I love. He's sitting on the stoop and he's like, Arsenal. But it's Premier League. Anything can happen on the day. It's football. Being at Ellen Road is another thing completely. It's an older stadium. It's smaller. The crowd is right there on top of you. And I feel like, I hate the term free hit, but at this point, y'all aren't expected to get anything out of this. So why not fucking just go for it? And the crowd should be behind like crazy as well. So that's a worry, as well as the fact that we are such a young squad. Yes, we're showing heart together. We're showing a good team mentality, but it's a very young squad. I'm afraid of the moment when they start feeding into the hype, when these kids start, when Saka and Martinelli and even Gabriel and Saliba start buying into their own hype a little bit and start feeling a bit invincible. That's when you get screwed. That's when you play a little bit too fancy. That's when Martinelli doesn't pass it and he tries to dribble around people, and then we get screwed. Those are the things that I feel can happen. And you guys are a very pressing team as well. You like to press, and we like to play out from the back. So that battle right there could be, Ramsdale holding onto the ball too long, Sinisterra, Brendan Aronson, he did it to Mendy, a fantastic keeper. That battle right there, we're not necessarily a long ball team.
To be fair, Lolo, is because that's a game we referred to a lot in the preview. If you guys haven't checked that out, please do check that out, the preview for the game. The fact that Arsenal will play out the back against us, we will get chances to pressure. I know, obviously, the technical quality is definitely there. Ben White, Xhaka, Odegaard, Ramsdale, you've got players who don't really mind that too much. But against Chelsea tried to play football against us quite open and expansively, and then all of a sudden a couple of passes inside, and we're in on goal, and you see all that of Brendan Aronson obviously pressing Edouard Mendy, and it'll be interesting to me if we can get a press going in this game, because last couple of games teams have just gone long against us. Palace did it in the second half, especially just so we can't press, and I don't think teams mind when we have loads of the ball and we've got to break them down, because it's not our strength. I think we're better at just going gung-ho, and we want basketball type matches really, where it's just end to end and just mad basically. We want Bielsa type matches. That's what we were trying to create really, and it's easier said than done. But yeah, it will be interesting from that point of view. I mean, would you be expecting any big changes in this game? Because Arsenal seems to keep quite a constant starting 11. It seems to be quite a predictable team that Arteta puts out.
So that's an interesting thing as well, because we thought even Jurgen Klopp last week He's planning for Zinchenko, or he's planning for Kieran Tierney, and what did Arteta do? Well, he put a right back in as left back in Tomiyasu because he needed a bigger, more aggressive, and he needed less going forward that Tierney or
He's
Zinchenko
so
would
underrated,
do.
by the way. Tomiyasu.
We needed to take care of Salah, and they had to take Salah off because he was getting nothing. Luis Diaz was getting something going when they would double up over there, but and then when you look at that with Tomiyasu and Ben White in there, we're essentially playing with 4 center backs. Tomiyasu is a center back for Japan, so the fact that our right back and our left back are actually both right backs, but they're actually both center backs. The interchange that we have in that, if Gabriel does go forward, Tomiyasu pulls back in. If Saliba gets a little forward, Xhaka and Ben White can come back in. So it's an interesting setup back there, and I wonder if Arteta is going to switch any. I would assume if Zinchenko's fit, Zinchenko plays. If not, it should be Kieran Tierney for this match. We don't necessarily need to put a right back on the left side the way we did against Liverpool. Tierney should be able to put in a shift there and do quite well. But it comes down to Arteta trying to overthink this, and he may start thinking, okay, they're going to press, so instead of playing out from the back, we want to chip their front line and just get it to the next guy. So let them press forward, chip right here to Xhaka or to Partey, or to bring Odegaard all the way back, and we just break your lines and fly past you guys as you're going forward. He may try to overthink it, or he may just be like, fuck it, let's play. You want to play against us? Let's play. So,
no, I can understand that. Yeah, I can totally understand that. And that might be, Arteta's a very, very good manager, and there's no doubt about it. He's probably the highest performing manager so far this season. I don't think anyone's done as good a job as Mikel Arteta this season. I don't think that's a hot take at all. But just to confirm, that is on the stoop. That is in fact on the stoop,
What's
guys.
Going
just
on,
to confirm. Yeah, so it's
and as just in case you guys thought this was a set or a green screen or something, no, people just show up and hand me a beer.
Get your own beer.
Fair play. That's not bad.
So cheers, happy Saturday. Thank you.
Happy Saturday. Hopefully it's a happy Sunday for us tomorrow. But Lolo, is there anyone from this Leeds team who you're not really looking forward to seeing tomorrow? Are you a bit worried about who you think can maybe make a difference for Leeds in this game?
Yeah, so to me, look, Mark Roca has been fantastic, I feel, for you guys. He's only starting.
We love a Mark Roca fan. I love a Mark Roca fan, Lolo. I've had many arguments with Phil about Mark Roca. Phil, for some reason, doesn't like Mark Roca. I cannot get my head around why Phil doesn't like Mark Roca.
He's only scratched the surface as well, because he didn't come into the season fully fit. He seems fully fit now, but he's still not playing a full 90. I think Mark Roca is going to be absolutely crucial to your squad. However, he's down here on the list for me of the people that I'm concerned with. Tyler Adams puts in a shift. The two Americans, first of all, they don't stop running. They never stop running. They never stop fighting for the ball. So Tyler Adams, Mark Roca, they would be my second tier of people that we need to not have a great game. Then as we go up, there's Brendan Aronson. To me, is your little Messi, where if he's got the ball, foul him. Just knock him on the ground. Like, if you can't get the ball, knock him on the ground. Knock him on the ground, because
he is nicknamed the Medford Messi, of course.
The Medford Messi. But listen, Jack Harrison, Patrick Bamford, Rodrigo, whoever you have up front, and Sinisterra, he's the one who's going to feed them. He's the one who's going to provide those chances for. He's going to be the playmaker to make them have a good game. To me, Sinisterra and Jack Harrison out on the wings, they may not, like, if Brendan Aronson is shut down, they may not be able to do much. That being said, Sinisterra scares the shit out of me. He's y'all's Jesus. He's one who gets the ball and you think, oh, they're stealing the ball right back, and he makes a move and he speeds down the line. He's got finishing outside the box, inside the box. Very unfortunate that we saw him get a red card in the match that we went to see, because I think he's a difference maker for you as well. He can create something out of nothing. So those two guys are key. But there's one more guy that not many people may agree with me, but by far one of your best players for the past 2 seasons, 3 seasons, Ilham Meslier. If Meslier has a game, if he, Arsenal get tons of chances. The reason I'm very excited for Arsenal is because I don't even think we've hit our potential. I don't think we're anywhere near our potential. The amount of chances that we have and we create is incredible, but we're not putting them away. And I said it last night on Happy Hour, if Ilham Meslier can get into halftime with a clean sheet and 5, 6, 7, 12 saves, he's going to walk out in the second half a foot taller with arms twice as long, because it becomes one of those like David De Gea matches that Arsenal had like 2 or 3 years ago, where he had 22 saves and we lost that match. Where how did we lose that match? We were peppering him and he couldn't be stopped. Thibaut Courtois in the Champions League final, same sort of thing. When a keeper starts with every save, they get bigger and bigger and bigger, and they start to feel like they won't be beat. And Meslier has that in him. It's the defense that lets him down. It's the defense is the reason he doesn't have a clean sheet or a better clean sheet record, because the guy can save. He can, his distribution isn't perfect, but the guy can make saves, and he can frustrate Arsenal. If we get chance after chance after chance and he just gets a hand on it, and he's a big guy, big wingspan as well. If he keeps us out, we start to get that cockiness of we're on him, we're going to score. And then we leave space in behind us for Sinisterra, for Jack Harrison, for Brendan Aronson. So if Meslier has a game, puts in a good shift, that could affect everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's kept us in games this season. The Villa game was another prime example where he made the saves to sort of rescue the point. I mean, obviously, his cross-collecting wasn't his best in that particular game. There was a couple of nervy moments. But yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I mean, just for what it's worth, I mean, Arsenal, I can't even name like 2 or 3 players that scare me. I think they all scare me in a way. I think Arsenal are playing that well. I think Arsenal can compete for the title. I'm not sure Arsenal will win it. I still think City with KDB and Haaland, it just feels they just feel a little bit too inevitable for me. But I think Arsenal are definitely working towards a title in the next couple of years.
If you just dished out 3 injuries to your starting 11 on both of those clubs,
yeah,
City's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if Haaland goes down,
Arsenal lost Jesus tomorrow, to an injury, that'd be a massive problem.
If we lost Partey, even right now, to be honest, if we lost Xhaka, but if we lose Ramsdale, our backup keeper is an American, and I am not a big fan of him. He's getting better, but Matt Turner, that's a big loss, because Ramsdale gives us a lot of the fucking cockiness and the stuff. He's already said, like, if I'm excited to go back to Ellen Road because I always make more money there because they throw coins at me, and he collects them and he takes them back. But he's a shithouser. He's fun, but he comes up with a save. Like, he kept us in the Liverpool match. He kept us in the Tottenham match. These key saves at key moments. So I think. I don't know. To me, yeah, it's if you look at that, if we lost 3 players from our starting 11 and City lost 3 from their starting 11, even if they lost De Bruyne and Haaland, like, they've got fucking Riyad Mahrez, Phil Foden, like Bernardo Silva. They got fucking everybody.
Julian Alvarez, there's so many. Yeah,
Julian Alvarez hasn't even gotten a sniff because why would you take Haaland out? But I mean, so right now, absolutely. If we had a Super Bowl for the title right now, and it was us versus City, I'd back us 100%. Even though on the day either team could win, but throughout 38 matches with a World Cup in between, we're gonna get injured. The good thing is Zinchenko's already been out for a few matches, and we've covered well. Thomas Partey was out for a couple matches. We won those. Jesus didn't play in the Europa League, and we were okay. Eddie Nketiah is not Jesus. However, I feel like all of our front line, including Nketiah off the bench, they all play different since Jesus got there. They all play with a bit of his energy and a bit of his like never say die. You could win any ball. Jesus wins balls that he has no right winning against like 6'5" players. Like there's no chance he wins this ball, and he wins the ball. And so you see Martinelli starting to be like, oh, that's possible? Okay. So he goes, I don't know. He's a big difference maker, and I'm kind of rambling now. But
No, I listen. That's a very good point. I mean, obviously at City, he was always a very, very, very good player at City. But I think now you're kind of really seeing him as an individual, in a different scenario, different team, and you're just seeing a different level to him. And obviously, he's starting week in, week out, and you've seen it with Zinchenko as well. I always thought Zinchenko was more than good enough to start every week at City, as was Jesus. But it's interesting. It is an interesting one. But before we finish, I'm going to push you for a prediction, Lolo. Prediction for tomorrow.
I'm going to stick with what I've been saying. I'm going with a 3-1 Arsenal victory. Like I said, we can be got at. I feel like the more we push forward, there's times when Saliba's our furthest back and he's nearly at the center circle. We can be got at playing from the back against a pressing team like you guys, especially if we start going up. If we go up 2 goals, we don't quite have that Liverpool and Man City mentality of like, oh, we got 2, let's get 6. We could get 9. I feel like we don't quite have that killer instinct right now, where like us scoring in the first minute against Liverpool kind of hurt us. We went narrow and we're like, okay, don't give up a goal, don't let them equalize, and then they ended up going in and equalizing. So I'm gonna go 3-1. I just don't think your back line right now can handle. I don't think they can handle what Arsenal's going to throw at them. And even if like Rasmus Christensen has a good day and is very physical with, I believe he'll be up against Martinelli.
Yeah.
Even if he's getting the best of Martinelli, all of a sudden he'll turn around and it'll be Saka there, and Martinelli will be on the other side, and Struijk will be like, wait, what the fuck? I was handling Saka okay, and so that's something Mikel Arteta really is focusing on this season. Is he doesn't want the other team to, he wants to keep them on their toes the entire time, where all of a sudden you'll see Jesus on the wing, Martinelli in the center, Saka on the opposite wing, or all of a sudden Saka's much further back and Xhaka is playing winger. So
a lot of rotation then. A lot of rotation
in-game rotation, where we're watching and I'm like, wait, why is Saka right there? What? Oh, it worked. And then they switch back and they go back. And so Arteta is really, that's a big reason we wanted Zinchenko. It's a big reason we went for Jesus over Raheem Sterling. Is Jesus has been playing as a winger. He doesn't love it. He wants to play striker. But he's got the work ethic of a winger now after all those Pep years. So in the moment, Arteta throws up the sign. He drops back here. Saka goes in the middle. Martinelli's over here. And you see the defenders like, oh, shit, who am I supposed to be marking now? So I feel like that's where we're winning matches, where last season we would have drawn or lost because we couldn't make those adjustments in game. When you can't break down a team or when one of your players is just not winning their own individual battle, you got to have an answer for that, and we haven't been able to have an answer for that. This season, we have an answer for that. So, and yeah, and Thomas Partey, to me, if you guys get the best of Thomas Partey, we could be in trouble. If you guys, because he has a lot of one-on-one battles. What he does is he loves to invite the defenders to come and try to take the ball off of him. And a lot of times 2 defenders come and they expect him just to spray a pass, and he just like turns and maintains the ball, and then 2 defenders are past him and he's wide open and he can pass to whoever he wants. If you nick the ball off of him, a lot of times we're screwed there because everyone knows what he's going to do on our team and they're flying forward. And so if y'all can get the better of Partey, that could be dangerous for us.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, listen, it's obviously you do play only like one holding midfielder. You know, it is one like if you can get past that initial Arsenal press, which is a hard thing to do. Obviously, you know, you might get moments. Obviously, Arsenal have, despite being top of the table, conceded quite a lot of goals relative to being top of the table. I think obviously already double figures already this season. But now, listen, it's going to be a really interesting game. I'm hoping we can at least give a good account of ourselves with the fact that Arsenal will be open, and I do think we prefer that. I think we're a better team in a weird way. This might sound weird, Lolo, but we're a better team without the ball than what we are with it. You know, I think we're more of a threat when we're able to press teams rather than when we're trying to have to break teams down. And I think we're better. I just think we're much better when we have less of the ball. And you've seen this.
Well, isn't that what Jesse Marsch wants?
Like, yeah, exactly. I'm not saying he actively doesn't want the ball, but he wants it in dangerous areas. He'd rather have 20% of the ball in a game, but always in your third of the pitch, rather than like 80% of the ball in our own half, trying to build up play slowly. And it's not our play. It's not the way we need to play. It's
a weird combination of Conte and Bielsa, where like Conte wants the other team to have the ball the whole time, and then they'll steal it, go over the top, get a penalty, and they win the match like they always fucking do. But I feel like Jesse Marsch would prefer the other team to have the ball, yet you guys steal it in your own half. So that's what that press does, and then it's a quick go. And I feel like you will have that will work 2 or 3 times in the match, but you gotta put them away. Those have to be goals, and that's what United did. Manchester United, because y'all are the real United. Manchester United.
Thank you, Lolo. See, guys.
I know where my bread is buttered.
That is a word for subscription on the Stoop alone. So go and head over to the channel. Check it out, guys.
But that's what happened with Manchester United. Is their 3 opportunities, they scored. They broke through and they scored. They made those opportunities count. Against Bodo Glimt, they had 3 opportunities and they launched them over the bar. Liverpool had more opportunities and they didn't finish. They finished twice. So that's what concerns me with you guys starting Bamford up front, is right now the one chance he gets in a game, he doesn't finish. So Sinisterra is a bit different. Jack Harrison, I feel, is even a bit different, where even Jaffe, like, if he gets an opportunity, you got to put him away. You got to put him away because you're only going to get a few, but you are going to get them. That's why I'm saying you will score a goal. There will be a goal in there. I kind of feel like we're going to score, you're going to tie it up, we're going to immediately score to level, and then we'll score at the end of the match. Eddie and Nketiah will come on and score against you guys. That's from Mr. Tom.
Cheers to that, mate. Cheers to that. But guys, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to finish it there. Big thanks to Lolo. Where can we find you, mate? Let us know where we can find you.
Yeah, so on the stoop with Lolo.com, you can go there, and there's links to all of our social media and all of that, as well as a discussion forum where you can log on and there's a Leeds United one, there's a Premier League one, there's a fantasy one, where you can talk to all of our Stoop Crew members. And I see a bunch of the Stoop Crew members in the house right now. So Bondi, big up to you. Director John, of course, who is a Leeds fan. But and then on YouTube, on the Stoop with Lolo, we've got a couple good videos out this week where we were with James, who is the biggest Leeds United fan in the States, probably. Legend of a man. Where we did our prediction show or preview show, so check that one out. And then we did a show about the weirdest thing that we saw in England, which was a television show called Naked Attractions. So yeah, that's a fun little episode. But yeah, we're usually sitting out on the stoop just talking football. And then we do our Friday night happy hours. So
you should have done a live stream, like watching Naked Attraction, just to see, like, you know, like a reaction stream and that lot.
You know what? We're gonna do that. If we could, we'll get like a VPN or something so we can watch it and we'll live stream it. But that's a good idea because we didn't watch the whole episode. We only it was like we were eating dinner and then all of a sudden we're like, what? Why are we looking at penises right now? Like this is. What is on television right now? Because that, you know, we feel like Brits are prudes, and where it's like, no, we are definitely the prudes. That show wouldn't fly here.
Anyway, guys, on that note, bit of Halloween decoration there as well, I believe.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we've got a big old spider web, lots of spider webs going on.
I think last time I saw you, I think it was snowing where you were on the stoop.
Yeah.
I think it was covered in snow last time. But anyway, guys, make sure you check out, just to finish off, make sure you check out as well Football Prizes. We've got a fantastic prize and offer here from Football Prizes. Link is in the description down below to check out Football Prizes. I will also, check it out, guys. It's a signed squad shirt, $4.95 a ticket, 199 tickets available, and plenty of other fantastic competitions on Football Prizes. The competition ends on Tuesday, the 18th of October, so you haven't got long. If you do want to enter the competition, make sure you do enter it if you are interested. We will leave it there, I think, and I will also leave in the description.
Wait, what's your prediction?
What's your prediction?
Oh no, we don't get out of here without a prediction.
It's not the most positive prediction. It's not the most positive. My honest prediction. I think Arsenal win the game. I'll go 2-1. And that's very, very rare for me to do that. But I've got to give an honest prediction, and I'm not feeling massively confident. But last time I said that, I can't remember when it was. I think it was sometime last season. I think it was West Ham away last season. We just got a result out of absolutely nowhere. So you never know with Leeds. The Chelsea game was kind of out of nowhere as well. So we will wait and see. But I'm gutted you made me do that low because I had to admit on a live stream that I thought we were going to lose. But guys, please smash that like button. Maybe not so much for that prediction, but we do try and get us out as much content as we can for you guys. Big thanks for that, Mickey D. Make sure you leave a comment, your thoughts going into this game. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe to Lolo's channel as well on the stoop. I will leave that in the title where you can just literally click straight away on the stoop and you'll get taken straight to their channel. And it's as easy as that. And you can hit that subscribe button to get all your Premier League content. And why not check out as well my preview for the game against Arsenal, which we put out last night. Some interesting comments on that so far. Why don't you watch that one as well? And I will also be doing at the game tomorrow, after the match, from the car, Benjamin Bloom style, like I like to do, match day preview of the game. Review of the game, and when hopefully Leeds beat Arsenal. But guys, big thanks for watching as always. Check out Lolo's channel too. Hopefully I will be on there soon enough as well. And we will leave it there. From Brooklyn and from Southport in England, we will leave it there. Cheers, guys.
Peace out.